Hey, Vikings faithful. Skol Nation, what's good? The Minnesota Vikings are heading into the 2025 season with some serious quarterback drama, and we're diving into the heart of it today. McCarthy is our guy under center, but the battle for his backup is hotter than a Minnesota summer. Who's got what it takes to step up if the rookie needs a breather? Is it the traded for Sam Howell, the undrafted hometown hero Max Brosmer, or the veteran Brett Rypien? Buckle up, because this quarterback saga is wild, and we're breaking it down in 15 electrifying scenes. Let's talk about that shocking roster prediction from The Athletic's Alec Lewis and what it means for our Vikings. Ready to feel the purple pride? Let's dive in. The Minnesota Vikings are ready to roll into 2025 with McCarthy as the QB1, and the excitement is palpable. After a year on IR rehabbing a knee injury, the 2024 10th overall pick is set to lead Kevin O'Connell's high-octane offense. But here's the kicker. Behind him, the backup quarterback race is a full-on Viking battle, and it's got Skol Nation buzzing. Who's got the edge to be the guy ready to step in if McCarthy needs a break? The stakes are high, and the competition is fierce. Enter Sam Howell, the 24-year-old the Vikings traded for from the Seattle Seahawks during the 2025 NFL Draft. Coming off a 2023 season with the Commanders where he threw for 3,946 yards, but led the league with 21 interceptions, Howell was supposed to lock down the QB2 spot. But his preseason has been a roller coaster. Think 11 of 13 for 105 yards against Houston, then a brutal 1 of 5 with a pick against the Patriots. Is he the reliable backup we need, or is he slipping? What's your take, Vikings fans? Did you think Howell was a lock for QB2 when we traded for him? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this quarterback room is anything but settled. Let's talk about the surprise of the summer, Max Brosmer, the undrafted rookie from the University of Minnesota. This guy's been turning heads at training camp, and he's not just some feel-good local story. Brosmer's mental sharpness, his secret sauce, as Alec Lewis calls it, has coaches raving. He processes defenses like a veteran, making split-second decisions that have left jaws on the floor. In the preseason finale against the Titans, Brosmer showed why he's a problem. He went 15 of 23 for 161 yards, tossing a touchdown and showing poise under pressure. Sure, he had one interception, but his ability to command the offense was undeniable. This kid, who set a Gophers single-season record with 268 completions, is making a case to stick around. Could he really leapfrog two veterans? Skol Nation, are you riding the Brosmer hype train? Should an undrafted rookie be this close to QB2? Let me know in the comments. Your voice matters in this debate. Now, let's not sleep on Brett Rypien, the 28-year-old journeyman who's been grinding with the Vikings since 2024. Rypien's got 4 career starts and a deep understanding of O'Connell's system, which makes him a safe bet, right? Well, not so fast. His preseason performance against the Titans was shaky, 7 of 14 for 62 yards and an interception. That's not exactly screaming QB2 confidence. Rypien's been praised for running the scout team last year, helping the defense prep for opponents. But when it comes to game time, he's been inconsistent, and that's a problem when you're vying for a roster spot. With McCarthy locked in as QB1, the Vikings need someone who can execute under pressure, and Rypien's tape isn't making a strong case. What do you think, Vikings fans? Is Rypien's experience enough to keep him on the roster, or is his inconsistency a deal-breaker? Hit the comments. Here's where things get spicy. The Athletic's Alec Lewis dropped a bombshell in his 53-man roster prediction. He's got the Vikings keeping McCarthy and Max Brosmer on the roster while cutting Sam Howell and Brett Rypien. Yes, you heard that right. Cutting 2 veterans for an undrafted rookie. That's a bold move for a team with Super Bowl aspirations. Lewis points out that both Howell and Rypien have been inconsistent throughout camp and the preseason. Howell's turnover issues and Rypien's up-and-down play haven't inspired confidence. Meanwhile, Brosmer's growth has been impossible to ignore. But here's the catch. If the Vikings go with McCarthy and Brosmer, they're banking on 2 quarterbacks who've never thrown a regular season NFL pass. Talk about a gamble. Skol Nation, are you okay with a rookie-heavy QB room? Or should we be looking for a veteran safety net? Let's hear your thoughts. Let's zoom in on Sam Howell's struggles because they're raising eyebrows. In the Vikings' second preseason game against the Patriots, Howell had a nightmare performance. 1 of 5 for 13 yards, an interception, and a quarterback rating of 0.0. Ouch. That's not what you want from a guy traded to be the backup. Even O'Connell admitted Howell faced tough circumstances, but that's not exactly a ringing endorsement. Howell didn't play in the preseason finale, which some see as a sign the Vikings trust him as QB2. But others wonder if it's because his spot is in jeopardy. With a 5th-round pick invested in him, cutting Howell would be a tough pill to swallow. But his interception-prone camp practices aren't helping his case. What's the vibe, Vikings fans? Is Howell's experience enough to save him, or has he fumbled the QB2 job? Drop your hot takes below. Max Brosmer's rise isn't just a fluke. It's a testament to his work ethic and football IQ. This Minnesota native, who lit up the FCS at New Hampshire before his Gophers stint, has been making plays that have coaches whispering, "Who is this guy?" His ability to read defenses and deliver throws under pressure, like that 4th-down dagger to Jeshaun Jones, is turning heads. In the Titans game, Brosmer showed he's not afraid of the moment. Even with 4 sacks and an interception, he stayed composed, completing 65% of his passes and dropping a 40-yard dime that was unfortunately dropped. That kind of poise in a rookie is rare, and it's why some insiders think he's uncuttable. Skol Nation, is Brosmer the steal of the offseason? Could he be our QB2 by week 1? Let's talk about it in the comments. Brett Rypien's case isn't looking great, and that's tough to say for a guy who's been a solid teammate. His 53.3% completion rate in the preseason, 8 of 15 for 89 yards, and that interception against the Titans aren't doing him any favors. Compared to Brosmer's efficiency and Howell's experience, Rypien feels like the odd man out. O'Connell's offense is complex, and Rypien's familiarity with it should help, but his lack of standout plays is a red flag. Insiders like Ben Goesling call the QB3 race a coin flip between Rypien and Brosmer, but the rookie's momentum might be too much for Rypien to overcome. What's your call, Vikings fans? Does Rypien deserve a roster spot, or is it time to move on? Hit the comments and let's debate. Here's a curveball. The Vikings are reportedly working out former All-Pro Carson Wentz just days before the roster cut deadline. Wait, what? Wentz, a Minnesota native and former Eagles star, could bring veteran savvy to a QB room that's looking a bit green. His 2017 season, 3,296 yards, 33 touchdowns, shows he's got the chops, even if his career's been a roller coaster since. This move screams that the Vikings might not be sold on Howell or Rypien. Wentz knows a similar system from his time with the Rams, and at 32 he's a low-risk, high-reward option. But would adding him mean cutting Howell or Rypien? Or could the Vikings keep 3 QBs? Skol Nation, what do you think about a Wentz reunion in Minnesota? Would he be the perfect mentor for McCarthy? Drop your thoughts below. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Going into 2025 with McCarthy and Brosmer as QB1 and QB2 is a bold, some might say risky, move. Neither has a single NFL regular season snap. For a team with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and a stacked roster, relying on 2 rookies at the game's most critical position feels like skating on thin ice. Kevin O'Connell, the QB whisperer, is known for developing signal callers, but even he might hesitate to roll with 0 experience behind McCarthy. Insiders like Ben Goesling think it's hard to imagine the Vikings going this route, especially with Super Bowl dreams. Could a veteran like Wentz or even a trade for someone like Kenny Pickett be the answer? Vikings fans, are you nervous about a rookie-heavy QB room? Or do you trust O'Connell's magic? Let's hear your take in the comments. The Vikings front office isn't sitting still. GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah has been active, trading away defensive tackle Harrison Phillips for draft picks, and reportedly sniffing around for wide receiver help. This aggressive approach could extend to the QB room. With the August 26th roster cut deadline looming, the waiver wire is buzzing with possibilities. Names like Jameis Winston, Trey Lance, or even Kirk Cousins, imagine that reunion, have been floated as potential targets. Cousins, who knows O'Connell's system, could be a dream backup, but his $45 million dead cap hit makes it tricky. The Vikings' willingness to make moves shows they're not afraid to shake things up. What veteran QB would you love to see in purple? Drop your dream pickup in the comments. Skol Nation. Let's rewind to the draft day trade for Sam Howell. The Vikings sent pick 142 to Seattle for Howell and pick 172. A move that seemed like a steal for a 24-year-old with 18 career starts. Howell's college tape at North Carolina, 10,283 yards, 92 touchdowns, was electric, and O'Connell saw untapped potential. But his turnover issues, 23 interceptions in 20 games, are a glaring red flag. Now, with Howell struggling, some wonder if the trade was a misstep. The Vikings gave up a fifth-round pick, and cutting him would mean admitting a mistake. But O'Connell's system thrives on precision, and Howell's erratic play might not fit. Skol Nation, was the Howell trade a bust, or can he turn it around? Let's hear your verdict in the comments. Max Brosmer's story is pure Minnesota magic. This kid went from FCS stardom at New Hampshire to setting Gophers records, and now he's fighting for an NFL roster spot. His $250,000 guaranteed deal as an undrafted free agent shows the Vikings saw something special. And that preseason finale? He was dropping dimes, even with a depleted offensive line. Brosmer's ability to stay calm under pressure and make smart reads has insiders like Alec Lewis calling him a potential roster lock. But can he handle the jump to NFL defenses? His lack of experience is a concern, but his upside is undeniable. Vikings fans, is Brosmer your new favorite underdog? Should he be QB2 over Howell? Drop your thoughts below. Kevin O'Connell's quarterback whisperer reputation is being tested. After turning Sam Darnold into a Pro Bowler in 2024, the expectation was that he'd work similar magic with Howell. But Howell's struggles have raised doubts, and O'Connell's comments after the Patriots game, Sam had a really good week of practice, felt more like damage control than confidence. O'Connell's offense demands quick decisions and precision, and Brosmer's fast eyes have caught his attention. Rippon's knowledge of the system hasn't translated to consistent play, leaving the door open for a shakeup. With Week 1 against the Bears looming, O'Connell's got a big decision to make. Skol Nation, do you trust KOC to pick the right QB2? Who's got the edge in his system? Let's talk in the comments. The Vikings roster cuts are coming, and the quarterback room is under the microscope. Keeping 3 QBs, McCarthy, Howell, and Brosmer, seems likely, with Rippon potentially headed to the practice squad. But the Carson Wentz workout has thrown a wrench into things. If the Vikings add a veteran, someone's getting cut, and Howell's the most vulnerable. Alec Lewis's prediction of cutting Howell and Rippon is bold, but it hinges on Brosmer's upside. The Vikings could also scour the waiver wire for a vet like Mike White or Mitchell Trubisky, but learning O'Connell's system this late is a tall order. The clock's ticking, and the decision will shape our season. What's your roster prediction, Vikings fans? 3 QBs or 2? Who makes the cut? Hit the comments. As we head toward Week 1, the Vikings are a team to watch. With McCarthy leading the charge, a stacked roster featuring Justin Jefferson, and a defense bolstered by free agency, the potential is sky-high. But the backup QB question looms large. Will it be Howell's experience, Brosmer's upside, or a veteran like Wentz stepping in to save the day? This quarterback drama is just the start for Vikings news in 2025. Stay locked in for every update as we chase that Super Bowl dream. Skol Nation, let's keep the energy up. Hit that like button, drop your QB2 pick in the comments, subscribe for more Vikings news, and share this with your fellow fans. Who's ready to see our Vikings dominate? Skol. Note: the original news contained an error stating Sam Darnold is still with the Vikings. Darnold signed with Seattle in free agency, and J.J. McCarthy is the presumed starter. I've corrected this in the script and used the latest info from sources like Vikings.com and other reports to ensure accuracy. No major new updates were found on Vikings.com or other Vikings news sources beyond what was provided. But the Carson Wentz workout is a fresh development I've incorporated to keep the content current.